Yeah. What's good, yo? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where, as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. I'm your host for tonight, Pat Scorpio, the New England representative. And as always, I got my man with me, but I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Yo, what it do, man? It's LB, aka Lauderdale Boss, aka Shuttleworth, the God, the GOAT artist.
Yes, sir.
RingGangRadio.com in the building. Scroll up, Mr.
Yes, sir.
Put dope artwork on your timeline. Mr. Ring Gang Radio. Let's go. We in
Yes,
the
sir.
building. World is a op. Let's go. We got Jonnie Rice back.
Hey, salute,
I'm
yo.
sorry, I couldn't wait. We hype.
That's what it is, man. But yeah, and I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hey yo, what it do, y'all? You know who this is? Your boy King P, Bodega Boxing in the building. Ring Gang Radio all day with my man Jonnie Rice. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Jonnie Rice. It's like everyone's feeling the energy already, man. King P, man. Usually he'll tell us what's good in the bodega, but fuck the bodega.
I mean, everything is good in the bodega because you know what I'm saying. Nobody's banned today. I mean, my man Jonnie Rice would never be banned from the bodega. He could come anytime. You know what I'm saying? But
pull up and get the top cheese, nigga.
yeah, he can get anything he wants at the bodega. Them Dominicans, though, this is a Puerto Rican bodega. Dominicans got to take a time out because they got their asses handed to them in baseball last night. So they crying. So they on timeout from the bodega. Go to your own bodega. Stay out the PR bodega.
And maybe Johnny, did you put any money on that? Because I know how you get down, bro. Did you put any money on that?
Nah, I haven't started gambling on baseball yet. I don't know much about. You know what I'm saying?
Man, give it
Y'all
some
trying
time,
to get him
bro.
started early.
Man, give it some time, man. And then I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Yo, what's good? You already know who the fuck it is. It's your boy Rome, top 5 in the building. Chicago's home, leaving niggas in the breeze. You already know how we do. Jonnie Rice in the building, nigga.
Yes, sir. That's what it is, man. Rome top 5, aka Chicago win, because he leaves these niggas in the breeze. And last, but certainly not least, the man of the hour, man. I'm gonna let him introduce himself, man.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This is Jonnie Rice. Thank you so much, Ring Gang Radio, for having your boy on. Hey, I'm happy, ready to have a good time. You know what I mean? Shout out Shuttlesworth for the dope art. I love it. The inspiration keeps me going, man. I'm telling you, y'all. So we're gonna we here to have a great time today.
That's what it is, man. Jonnie Rice, man.
Yes,
Friend of the Ring Gang, man. It's always good to catch up with him. Last time, me and him caught up at in upstate New York at the casino where Jonnie Rice scored, a wonderful upset. Although they tried to rob him, though. People. There are certain people at ringside that was like, nah. Look here. That was.
I'm glad you voiced your opinion after the fight because I heard it on the before the interview. You was like, "Oh, that right hand that hit his ass. That right hand did that shit."
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I had no clue I said that. You know what I mean? I literally don't remember saying that until after, I went back and watched. Someone sent me something on YouTube because I listen, if they would have never showed that video, there's no way I would have believed that I said something like that. You know what I mean? I try not to use that type of language with anybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I hear you, bro.
But that's what made it dope. It was genuine. It was real. Like hold on, this nigga stuffed in my shoe. Like, hold on, like, oh, that right hand did that shit.
Yeah. They made sure it's like they made that referee like, look here, look at this monitor right here. That was the right hand that opened him up. You see that, right? And then finally he was like, and then then I'm watching from my seat at ringside, and then the referee goes to talk to Johnny, and Johnny is like, Johnny's like, I see this, and I'm like, they got it. They got so yeah, ain't no rip off in there. It was a hell of a night too, because after that, all the fighters were in the lobby and stuff like that, because I saw him and I saw Guido, and I was telling Shuttleworth for the night, Guido's people wasn't necessarily too happy to see me, even though I was like, good fight, Guido.
Wait, why they wasn't happy to see you? What you do to Guido's people?
Nah, I was like, I was like, congrats on the fight, but like you'll. As I told him, you'll get your get back. But his peoples were staring me down, like they're giving, and they're smaller than me because I'm a big dude too. So they was like bearing holes, and but Guido was like up there. So Guido was looking at me because I think he was trying to read me, and then he was like, okay, cool. He talked to me a little bit, got a picture, and that was that. But his peoples were not like were like looking at me all types of funny, like they wanted to do something.
Sour grapes, man, sour grapes, because they felt like they was winning and they was outworking, but it only take one shot, and
yeah, that's it. Boxing, man.
that's all she wrote.
Yeah, you suffered the cut. That's it's a wrap. Like I said,
Yo, I gotta ask you though, what was the strategy in that fight? Like, were you just really looking to just land a home run, Ken Griffey style, or just get it, just kind of work your way back into the fight?
I mean, well, the strategy obviously initially I felt like I could keep up with him. You know what I mean? But that, let's say when at the start of the fight, I'm like, I'm gonna keep up with him. But after about 1 minute, I'm like, yeah, you can't keep up with him right now, man. Like, so it just went to, okay, what's next? For me in the ring, you got to just really be thinking as much as possible, because we all know the famous Mike Tyson quote, everybody got a plan until they get hit. Well, look, I ain't got to get hit. I got to see what's going on. And if something ain't going right, you ain't got to worry about that. I'm going to change my plan quick, because ain't nothing wrong with changing your plan. So then I was like, all right, well, he ain't really landing those punches. He went around, he outworking me, but, okay, well, what's next after making a guy miss? You got to make him pay. So that's what I kind of started to try to do, is how can I make him pay? Because yes, he is hitting me. He is, like, what I'm saying, he's winning the rounds, outworking me, but we got to make him pay, or it's going to slip out of out the window. But if all else fails, round 8, 9, and 10, I'm about to let it all spin. I'm about to spin. I'm about to throw everything. I'm gonna have to be carried out with exhaustion if we get to round 8, 9, and 10. That was critical mass right there.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay. You know what it reminded me of when I saw the fight live? And maybe think back to another heavyweight fight similar like that, with Shannon Briggs and Sergey Lahovich.
Yeah, Lahovich, yeah.
Same type fight. The whole dude is outworking Briggs, and he lands the punch at the last round, last minute, knocks him out.
Who, Briggs landed the shot at the last minute?
Yeah, Shannon Briggs, yeah.
Yes, we were gonna get to the last minute on that. We were gonna get to 8, 9, and 10. It was gonna be on.
Yeah,
so
he took it to 12 too, and it was just like one of those things. And the funny thing too is, like, it was not the best fight to watch, but that whole last minute of the fight made up for it.
It made up for it. At least you had, I think, Juan Diaz on the undercard. That was a decent fight. Yeah, I'm trying to remember this years ago, like Baby Bull.
Yeah, it was a decent fight, but the main event was not it. But yeah, it was like, but at least you didn't wait till the last round. It was like 7. It was like 7 rounds, and then
you only had 10 rounds anyway. Like Shannon Briggs had 12. Like
we wasn't waiting till the last round. That's one thing I do got to be careful of, because it's like when you start to lose all those rounds, a lot of times people, I feel like, will try to look to bail you out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, or is he still really fit to fight and go on? You just even the crowd get disinterested. I gotta basically, in that situation I was in, the guy was just on another level. I feel like stamina wise and the way he was in shape. I mean, he really was. It's no question. Right. Guido is in super good shape. You can watch all his fights. The man he always on his toes, but this time he was just a little faster than I anticipated. He was in a lot better shape than I anticipated, because I sparred him before or whatever, but he was on another level this time. So the plan really had to come down to, we got to make him miss, make him pay, and that's what we was able to do.
Yep, you mentioned, because you
cannot have that game plan no more, huh?
Yeah, you started timing him, and then once you start catching him with the right hands, especially the fight inducing right hand, I was like, that was a rep, because no doctor would let anyone continue like that. Like, it was like a laceration. I saw it up close, like he had his bandages all over his eye and stuff like that.
It got them like 4 feet back, like in real time. Like that shit sent him to the other side of the ring. Like,
hey, it was a bad cut. I didn't think they were gonna stop it, though. I can be honest about that. I had no thought they were gonna stop the fight when I was in the ring with him. I just kept saying in my head, like, yo, his eye bleeding so bad right now, he can't see me. I gotta take advantage of this, because he just can't see me. But it was bad when you think back about it. And a lot of people started to compare the cut to Tyson Fury and Otto Wilder. Yeah, I gotta go back and watch that fight and see how bad the cut was. But I do remember it being a real bad cut. I remember that.
Yeah.
And a lot of people wanted the fight to stop, but I don't know. It might have had to be worse then, because I'm not sure. I still haven't went back and did my homework.
I mean,
I don't know. Damn, they may as well throw the Badu Jack Marcus Brown fight in there too.
Yeah. I mean,
Fuck, all of those are
fights should
bad
have been called
cuts.
off. I mean, Badu was, I don't know, Badu must have been possessed to actually want to fight on like that. But no, Tyson Fury, that cut, because he got like 50 stitches in his head because of that. Like that should have been stopped because it was illegal.
Yeah, they were trying to stop that. It's like, nah, this Tyson Fury, we got too much money involved. Like, nah.
Yeah, they were like, who's an auto violent? Like, nah, he ain't supposed to be heavyweight champion of the world. Like, he's got to win this fight.
Yeah, but like I said, how bad was the cut though? You see what I'm saying? Like, how bad was the cut? Because I mean, yeah, shout out to Tyson Fury to be able to continue on. That was a 12-round fight, but it's like when you really compare the cuts, how bad was Tyson Fury cut worse is what I really need to figure out. Because for my own personal,
I think it looked worse because the fight kept going, so you're seeing it bleed. But the cut you gave, dude, that shit just looked, I guess, worse more in the moment because it like exploded, like.
Yeah, it exploded right out. And also, with the Fury cut, also didn't help that Wallin was actually intentionally pawing at that shit and making it worse as the fight went on.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and it was his right. He could do it. It's dirty, but he opened it with a punch, so he could do it. It's dirty boxing, but it's legal.
It's the name of the game. It's the name of the game.
Yeah, exactly, man. So, I mean, of course, after I only wished I was able to make it to the sports book in that casino to actually put some money on that before I did. So,
but the odds wasn't that far off though. It was literally like we both was like -10 or minus 110, minus 120. But the one thing that did kind of odds were a little bit more. I think I don't know who favorite was like if it ended by knockout. I think he was like plus 250, I was plus 350, or vice versa. So if you'd had to bet like only way you'd really made some cheese is if it won by knockout, or if you parlayed me with somebody else. You know what I mean? Which people were sending me DMs and stuff like that. I never felt that much pressure, man. Talking about, oh yeah, I got you with the Jaguars, and I got you with the some other team. Oh, I had you with Effie and the Jaguars, and you know what I'm saying, and somebody else. I'm like, man, a 14 parlay. That's 10-1 odds right there, man. Come on now.
I mean, people be gambling. Underdog. That's how it goes. Like people be gambling out there, champ.
I mean, I was one of those people. I stacked you with the parlay for their card that night, and I hit for you, but it was the only thing that messed me up was the fucking main event, and fucking Ajagba messed me up. So that's not your fault. It's fucking Ajagba's fault for me.
What you bet, King P? What was the bet?
I gotta look back. Let's see if I can look back, but I put all, like, for the whole cards for that night, I put them all together in a parlay, and I definitely had you winning. And I forgot what I had, but something with the main event. I think I had a knockout in the main event, and it didn't. I gotta look back, see if I had it. But the main event was what fucked me up.
Yeah, the knockout didn't. Yeah, there was no knockout. I mean, Ajagba pretty much schooled dude with his own jab and the occasional right hand behind it.
Man, that jab fight. That jab Effie got right now, but it's definitely man, you gotta respect that jab. I was like I said, I was working with him for this fight, before I even had the fight. You know what I mean? He come to town, hey, I want to spar. And, you don't really want to spar if you're in a job but not get paid. You really don't. Like I be sparring Joe Joyce, they pay, different guys will pay. But I was like, well, it is what it is. I can't afford not to spar right now. You know what I mean? And I'm happy I did, man. He lit me up with that jab, man. I was like, dang. Because if you stand there, he going to hit you. And then he got the long reach. Mm-hmm. Like, you can't really hit him. But if you just right there, it's coming. It's coming. And then you try to attack him, he going to see it because he attacking you from, such distance. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I can attest to that jab big time. Big time.
I mean, you fought him, so you actually fought him.
Yeah, like I appreciate your perspective on this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying his jab got better. Like, what you mean? My perspective on what?
No, because the thing is, like, from that night, I didn't really leave too impressed with him. Like I almost feel like he regressed a little Whereas like with you was the damn you won the event for that night.
You did.
But it was set
Agreed.
up for Azaba to really be the man, and the main event just kind of had no intensity. It just kind of fell flat, and Azaba's recent performances, it just don't look like he has that. Like when he fought you, he had that to him, like that gusto, that gumption, that extra. And now I don't see it, especially since like the Frank Martin fight. So I was just surprised you said because the jab still looked good, but I feel like sometimes he could just offer more in his offense, and that's just me, a humble critique.
But you gotta look at. I feel like, in my opinion, the big fight for that night was for Stephen Shaw to take over, and he definitely has every bit of ability to do so, in my honest opinion. And that's what we all were looking to see what he was gonna do in that first round. I got to see a little bit of the first round. He looked incredible. But my point is, the range is what really helps. If you give him anything, he gonna take it. You know what I mean? Where like a person like me who kind of struggling still, like you might stand there for me and I might not take the shot. And it ain't gonna really do much to you, but this dude, if he jab, if you right there, you gonna get jabbed. And then, instead of like sometimes have the earmuffs up, even if the jab ain't gonna really land clean, you gonna get hit with that all night long. And so, the judges seeing that, they might say, oh, we'll get at the F because he's still so active. Even if it's not like the type of what we want to see, he gonna be active and he gonna keep throwing it. And he can, like you said, win a fight damn near on just the jab. And that punch you gotta respect it, because then you like how hard his jab is. You gotta respect the right hand, and this kind of builds really. But in my honest opinion, he didn't keep that jab going on Frank Sanchez like that.
Right.
No, he didn't.
He really didn't. That's where you got to see the improvement at. He didn't. That jab wasn't popping like that with Frank.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It just wasn't. But now it's like that's gonna keep going now. You know what I mean? But yeah, I was looking for a real big fight with him and Shaw, and I did like the fight. I actually watched it a few times. It's just that jab just kept coming out. That's really what saved Effie, in my opinion.
Right. And then everyone knows Effie hits hard as shit. I think everyone was just waiting for the right hand, but it was just like
you're not gonna hit Stephen Shaw like that. He really ain't gonna land no punch like that on him. So we all, like I said, we waiting for the.
I'm sorry.
We waiting for the jab. When you waiting for the right hand, But it's like I feel like if he got more discipline, where it's like, okay, I know they're waiting for the right hand. If I just keep jabbing him, I can, still get my points going, which is obviously a skill that he developed. You know what I'm saying, and which helped me for that fight because I was sparring him. You know what I mean, and I couldn't afford not to spar, even though he wasn't paying me. I was like, well, damn, I got to be in here just building right here. And then next thing you know, I get a call, literally like, yo, everything got switched around. Oscar Rivas got hurt. I think I seen that on Twitter first. So I'm like, man, yeah, let's do it. What you want me to do? Like, let's. I'm sparring. Let's put this to work. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what happened. You feel me?
I feel you. Hey, yo, Kingpin, you had a question, man. That's why I make sure.
No, I was gonna ask you honestly, Jonnie. Like you said, you were sparring with FA, and you fought him. Does that fight still like replay in your head at any time? Because like I feel like if it was me, I'd be like, damn, I gotta get some get back on this guy. But that's just you're the fight. You might be a little different.
Well, hey, it's funny because I don't know the referee's name, but he's a famous referee in boxing. He got the gray kind of salt and black pepper hair. You always see him in the ring sometimes with Floyd Mayweather. You seen him with Luis Ortiz fought. Who did he fight? The big African dude that's actually ironic from Nigeria, Latif Coyote. Referee. You know what I'm talking about. He's very famous. He's like, soon as the round's about to start, listen, the fight already happened. Now this is sparring and y'all gonna work. Every time the round would start, he wouldn't let us like get out of hand. You know what I mean? Because you're right, it does come back, but it's like, yo, right now we're here to get better.
Yo,
if you want that animosity, you should have had that animosity when you fought the man in front of all those people. But here we're here to get better right here. You know what I'm saying? So he stopped every round to make sure that we was there to work and get better, and because it's time to move forward. You feel me?
Oh, it's Robert
Bird.
I remember watching that fight because that was a no contest fight, but that's Robert Bird you talk about for the ref. Yeah, Yeah, so that's what it is, man.
It's a real heavyweight rep. That's a big dude. Like,
Yeah, he is.
I like when they grab him for the heavyweight play. Like, I hate when they have two guys who's like 5'7" trying to move apart guys who's like 6'3" and shit. Like, stop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it ain't working.
You know, but before, cause I know we just went with your recent fight recapping your camp and your preparation for the fight. But another thing we want to know is, because obviously before that, for you had like a long layoff, you know, and we just want to know like pretty much what kind of caused it and what happened during that time, just to reiterate.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't feel like the long layoff had anything to do with any type of like bad plays behind the scenes. It was we fought Coffee the first time, upset him, got the immediate rematch, you know what I'm saying? And they PBC gave me a contract that was just a duration of 6 months. You see what I'm saying? So it started with just, hey, here's a contract, 6 months, high minimum if you fight. If you don't fight in 6 months, hey, you're free to do whatever you want to do. We agree in that, 6 months we got exclusive rights.
Mm-hmm.
If not, it's expired. No harm, no foul. And that's what it was. You know what I mean? So I'm training, waiting. But you had other big fights going on. Like I said, Deontay Wilder comes back, Luis Ortiz, and Andy Ruiz. So it was it was just really no demand for me like that. You know what I mean? I did get some buzz, but it wasn't a big demand. So everything was cool. It had nothing to do with nothing. It's just, you just go back to waiting for your opportunity. And that's all you really could do until you build the demand for the people that want to see you fight. You know what I mean? And even this fight right here, I wasn't supposed to fight. Somebody got unfortunately hurt.
Right.
I'm just in the gym trying my best to work hard. They say, hey, do you wanna fight? Because if they wasn't gonna go at me, I heard they wouldn't go back with the guy, Kingsley eBay, that first hurt Guido's eye. Because I never take credit for hurting Guido's eye. Kingsley eBay was the guy that made that split first.
Yo,
and that's how they got the
eBay
draw.
should have won that fight too, because I remember it was during.
I still got to get out on the draw. I can't lie to you. I watched it back a few times. Now the only reason, because Guido don't stop coming. Kingsley stopped coming a little bit. He kind of started taking off in the end of the 6th round. Guido didn't stop.
Mm-hmm.
He really is a warrior. That's the only reason I can give it a draw. Or yes, I definitely had old buddy winning for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Watch the 6th round. Watch the 6th round. You'll see that Guido just don't take off the gas. He would have had an awful fight, but he ain't take off that gas, man.
Jonnie, like to your point before, what you said, it's funny you said that, because like me, on the outside, like completely outside, don't know anything. It just felt fishy to me. It felt weird because I'm like, how is Jonnie not back in the ring, but Coffee is back in the ring before Jonnie, and Jonnie beat Coffee? Like, what's going on? Like, I was just like, it was weird.
Yeah.
It really comes down to, it's not really about like the timing of getting back in the ring. It's just really like, who wants to fight who? You see what I'm saying? So Coffee, I'm not sure who he fought next and after that, but it's like, who's fighting who and who wants to fight who? Because you still got to make the fights. It's not really about necessarily, you better just make sure you win, so that if you do have a long layoff, at least you like, yeah, I won, I can still stay motivated, versus I lost. Like, damn, I'm depressing them up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you never know when you're going to fight again. You really never know. Nobody, no matter if you're at the top, middle, bottom, you never know when you're going to fight again. So it's like, you want to make the most of every time you get out there.
But when you win, you're getting another fight though.
But again, you gotta look at your position. You got to look at the demand for you. Usually the guys winning are the guys that's at the top. That's why you think you see them fighting so often, because you ain't really winning unless you at the top, unless you that good. So we get caught up with the mainstream guys, and we always see them in the ring, and we always see how busy they are. But when you've been losing for a little bit, or you win sometimes, and you go up and down, it's like, well, and there's no real draw for you yet.
You'll get layoffs, and then they'll give you a shot here or there. They'll be like, yo, we got to fight for you, nigga.
But now I'm just trying my best, like I said, to make sure I keep living a lifestyle. I had a mindset that we going up. The loss is there. The record is terrible, but it's like, yo, you know what? I want to be super good. I got to go for the big fights. I got to train for the big fights. You really can't do it no other way. You got to just keep putting in work, and your time come, you go act it.
Of course. And speaking of that, actually, that's a good segue. Speaking of fights, because I know it was put in boxing media that you turned down the Jared Anderson fight because I know he's fighting very soon. Is there? I don't know if there's any particular reason what happened with that fight.
Well, I never really was offered Jared Anderson. I know there's a lot of talks about him. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I even sparred him over this long year that I was off, and working with him helped me tremendously. And he really is, deserving of him being, or deserving of him, people saying that he's the next upcoming heavyweight and all that good stuff. And not just from me, Tyson Fury said it as well. People were putting rumors out that he might have, I was never there, knocked Tyson Fury down or did something. I don't know, but he's well deserving of all that, and he is doing his thing. So, but for me, you can't turn down fights. But if you got other things going on, like I said, I already had my mind, like I'm gonna go do this, I'm gonna go do that. And his fight was like in April, right? It's April something, right? Yeah. You can't just be hopping in no training. You got to have a full training camp for him, and that's a fact. So trust me, you don't want to take him lightly. All right.
And I was trying to set you up. It was no real type of deal.
No, yeah, they might have just been, I know some people may want to see how I do against him. Like, I was extremely impressed when he fought Jerry Forrest. Extremely, like, wow. What I mean? Jerry Forrest ain't nothing to play with. And now he got, what's the guy, Aries or something like that? The dude is 18-0.
Yeah.
I mean, wow. They even talking about he want to fight Michael Hunter. And they even talking about his next fight. He didn't even get past this guy yet. So it's like, yo, he deserving of that stuff, man. The man is really good. So trust me when I say I'm watching him on YouTube every day almost, because he is that good. But it wasn't really like a turn down or offer really made. It was kind of like talks. And I'm like, nah, hell no, I don't want to fight him right now. I ain't even thinking about that right now. Mm-hmm. You got to really pay yourself for that. Trust me, if you see me try to fight him, I'm gonna be looking like Anthony Joshua. You know what I'm saying? You can't come in the ring fat on that dude. I'm gonna tell you that straight up. You can't you can't come in the ring. You can't get away with none of that bullshit with him. And that's just real talk. I ain't got no pride about that. You ain't getting away with no bullshit with that, man.
Yeah, so I guess it's a case of like, you know what, let's try to turn you around in 3 months and then just see what happens, instead of like, because you might have upset an apple cart. So it was like, yeah, let's put him in the ring with
get him to lose now.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, give him
it ain't even about, huh?
No, they're just like, he just needs a 4-week training camp. He don't need 6 weeks.
Right.
Like, a month is good. Like, nah.
Nah, you can't play around with him. Shit. But like I said, you can't play around with him at all like that. You know what I'm saying? He definitely helped me. I'll tell you that right now. It really is something when you get in the ring and you spar these guys for real. You better take something from it. You better not just be happy you in the ring sparring. That ain't how I go. You better, when you spar somebody, you take something from it. Like I say, like I said, man, y'all got that truth serum. He let me say he way better than Guido, man. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it is.
I mean,
we can see that.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm like, y'all. I'm like, cool. I was like, cool. That man, he a little bit ahead of his time currently. I'm watching Trevor. I'm watching him. I'm like, man, ain't no joke. I heard ain't no joke. But shit, that's what you can see and prepare yourself for.
Mm-hmm. Right.
This gonna be fun trying to prepare yourself for the future. Period.
I mean, you seem more locked in now. Like last year, you was good, and like you always seem like you on point. But this year, like I don't know, you just seem locked in. Like you really like. It really takes me back to the fight with Guido, and Andre Ward was really giving you a lot of praise, and I ain't gonna lie, like it'd be like pulling teeth from that nigga sometimes. Yeah. So for him to really go on and just be like, yo, man, y'all gotta stop playing with Jonnie Rice. He's been there. He's a seasoned veteran. This, that. Just how does that make you feel? Because I know you humble, and even on the interview Pat had with you, he's trying to give you props and just like, yo, you can't. You're still like, nah, chill. Like, I ain't the best yet. I ain't like what this.
More pressure. More pressure, man. More and more pressure just kind of builds up. You know what I mean? Where it's like, you got so much more to work on. You know that you do. Like I said, you might have beat a guy that night that is undefeated, that is an Olympian and all that good stuff, and the 3-week notice. But you know the guys you've been training with, they still ahead of you, and they ahead of him. I was fortunate to be working with that level of of talent and that level of coaching that they had. I know you got Coach K, guy named Flick working with them. They all doing their thing. You feel me? So it's like you fortunate, which is also part of why I moved to Vegas. But it's like you can't really celebrate too much, knowing like, yo, these dudes still ahead of me, man. Like, and they really like I got some serious work to do. You know what I'm saying? To still catch up with them. You know what I'm saying? Like one time I asked Effie at the end of the one training session. I'm like, man, what you doing, man? Because like he really started taking it up when they found out he was fighting Stephen Shaw. I swear, the level in which he was training and in the sparring them kept going up. It just kept going up, like the intensity. Because like I said, we know Stephen ain't no joke at all. And I'm like, dude, what you doing, man? In his African accent, he's like, I run the sprints. You should come with me sometime. I'm like, man, hell nah, bro, I'm good. He was running sprints at 5:30 a.m. in the morning. I'm like,
hey, I mean, that's dedication.
wow.
I mean, I can dig that too. I mean, that's conditioning. Like,
so I'm thinking in my head, like, yo, I can't really. I'm trying to go eat some pancakes after this fight right here. So I can't even celebrate right now. Mentally, I'm like, yo, these dudes still out there doing crazy right now, man.
And it's funny too, because Shutterworth, we were discussing because you were saying it's like, yo, Everett looks like he lost like a lot of his muscle because he looked like he was a lot leaner. Because Shutterworth kept on saying that to me, and I was like, hey, maybe change something up, from.
He looked smaller, like it almost looked like you're bigger than him.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah,
but
he is.
His distance, his range though. When he had that range, I can't. It's hard to get to him. But he can still get to you. So then he just started chipping away at you. Boom, boom. The things is coming at you. So it's like I'm just thinking now, like, man, how do I really? We got it because the next level has got to come, and it's only gonna come from hard work. It ain't coming from nothing else. And that's Jerry Cooney. Jerry Cooney, the dude that fought Ken Norton, the tall white
Ken
dude.
Norton, Larry Holmes,
Jerry Cooney. Yeah, Cooney.
Yeah, he talked to me. He said, Johnny, you got to work. You ain't working hard enough. And so I'm sitting here thinking about all these things all the time, every day. Like, man, I'm not putting in the work enough. You putting in work, but it's got to go to another level. Right. So every day we back, and I'm starting. I just started with a new conditioning coach.
Okay.
So we happy about. I like him a lot. So we'll see. We putting in work, man.
So you're trying to come in at like 240 now, right?
It should be a solid below 260. That's my goal. Below 260. Nothing crazy. I ain't about to sit here and say I'm gonna be like 230, below 260, ready to go. You know what I mean? A different approach, because what you saw against Guido ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work for these guys, man. It just ain't.
Right.
And I know that. You know what I mean? That shit is done.
That's what it is, man. So I got a question. I know this is. I think King P sent me this question. There's a term used a lot on social media about players being on the right or the wrong side.
Right or wrong side of the street. It's always hearing that on social media, and it's kind of annoying to hear that all the time. Well, so and so is not on the right side of the street; he's on the wrong side of the street. So, Johnny, as someone who's fought on multiple platforms and promotions, like, how do you feel about that term when people I don't know if you've ever heard that before used, but how do you feel about that, hearing that right side, wrong side of the street stuff?
Well, yeah, that term does stand, but we also got to realize that when Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder fought, they both were on different sides of the street. So if that money is there, they're gonna put that money in there. Because Deontay with PBC, Fury was with Frank Warren them, right? Top rank deal. Man, listen, that's all. Boxing fans have the real power. Okay, period. These promoters, they got one mindset: how can we make the most money?
Right.
So narratives will be created. Like, yo, you're on the wrong side of the street. It's like, for me and you to work together, our promotional companies got to see the abundance in us joining to put a fight on. When you look at Ryan Garcia and fucking Tank Davis, they ain't on the same side of the street. No matter who they say they're not working with or not top, they on different sides of the street, but it's so much money in that fight. They gonna work together. every time. So as boxing fans, we're the ones, and I'm a boxing fan. I'm speaking as a fan too, because I got to watch everybody out there too. We got to stop with the piracy or not paying for the fights. And I love when I hear people say they pay for the fights. Yeah, you're gonna go to the fight. You're gonna go to the Tank Davis fight, but not the rest of the people that don't go. You got to buy it so that we can put these big fights on. You see what I'm saying? There ain't no wrong side of the street now because everybody trying to get paid. So we gotta stop the fire sticks and all that bullshit. And when there's a big fight that we want to watch, we gotta pay for it, man. That's why Mike Tyson was so big. You really couldn't steal his fights. Mayweather fights, you really couldn't steal them that easy. Now you got the streams, all that. You got to pay for it if you want to see these big fights. It ain't no wrong side of the street. The streets of gold.
Johnny, you know, I'm a child of the early 80s, bro. We had something called hot boxes for Tyson. You dig?
My cousin, I ain't gonna say his name. My cousin had one of them, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the first time I ever heard of it. But it was only like a few people that had it, man. Not everybody had one of them.
Yeah, and like I said, though, I'm in my 40s, so yeah, I'm familiar with the hot box. I know my man Shuttleworth is too. So it's like, you know, we know about this. Tyson fights, yeah, you know, because paying was it $34.95 back there for a Tyson fight,
man, and it was over, baby.
22 rounds,
$49.95.
Yeah, not too many people had it. Like I said, my cousin had one. I ain't gonna say his name, you know what I'm saying? But he had one. But now everybody can get their hands on this stuff, man. Right. But yeah, that wrong side of the street stuff do exist. And like you said, we got Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, the most famous recent situation right now.
Of course, that's where it originated, pretty much.
That's a big fight, but how bad do the fans want to see it? As long as we keep kicking up the noise, which I know now we probably ain't. We like, man, it probably ain't gonna happen. It probably ain't gonna happen. But we want to see that. I know I do.
Want to see it? Do you still
want to see it? But I got it. Okay. I'm definitely happy. Tank and Garcia, they about to fight because I ain't think that was gonna happen. But that's a mega fight. But how we gonna support it, man? Shit, I ain't gonna buy no ticket, but I will buy pay-per-view because they not YouTubers, but they on that YouTube level where people know who they are.
Yes,
and that's for me. I'm like, wow, that's huge, man. Like, because Jake Paul, he actually trained his ass off. I vouch for that. I seen a man working his ass off, and shit, man, he was bringing a big spotlight to boxing.
Yeah,
really was.
This is what we've been talking about. This is what we've been talking about. How YouTubers are making the fights bigger than they was before. So now, my fault. I'm burning. Now when we get the fights, everybody want to see the biggest YouTuber versus the biggest YouTuber. It don't even matter who fighting; they just want to see the names. So we got to get the names buzzing. That's what we got to do.
Big time. How we do that, I don't know, but that's what I'm saying. Tank and Ryan was able to do that and be quote unquote legit fighters their whole life. So I'm that's a huge achievement for both of them.
They social media stars and great boxers. So it works for both. It works that way. And if you notice, most of the big time niggas, they social media stars. They got, they doing TikTok dances. They doing the little Uzi dance in the mirror with their kids and all that shit. Like, they stars out here.
It's huge. And like I said, it's but even I think back to Muhammad Ali was obviously a superstar talent. But he himself realized the power of getting the people to want to see you, whether they hate you or whether they love you.
The power of the microphone, yeah.
And so it's not like even the greatest wasn't, intelligent enough to becoming a superstar, like I said, outside of the ring. You know what I mean? So we as fighters as well got to realize that not only we got to be good in the ring, we also got to be good connecting with the people. You know what I mean? Even Muhammad Ali had to do that. Floyd Mayweather as well. You got to be good all around. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, I think that's what's lacking in boxing. I know me, Shuttleworth, like the whole crew. We've had conversations about this. How it seems like not a lot of fighters actually sell themselves. Like, it's cool to be if you're a great fighter in the ring or whatever, but they're not necessarily selling themselves outside the ring. It's like, okay, what do we want to do to see you? And I think. And a lot of fighters just haven't mastered that. Like, I think the last one who really did it to a high level to me was Adrian Broner. Broner sold himself. Like, he was as natural as it came. Like, he was organic as anything. Like, there was no frills. Like, he did it, and everyone knew who he was, regardless of who he was facing or what titles he held. I mean, that's the type of that type of organic following doesn't really exist in boxing these days. Like, and it's like now we have more stuff. We have YouTube, we have Twitter, we have TikTok, and it's like, and most people just don't make that concerted effort to really connect on any one of the platforms like that. Like, I know you have I know you're active on Twitter more because I know we talked about the Twitter thing, and then the IG, you're active on IG and everything. Then you have your YouTube channel, but it just seems like we just need more of that in boxing. So just like the YouTubers, so when people say, "Hey, we know who you are," so we gotta make sure we gotta get this, so we can make this fight, and it could sell 800,000, or even 1 million, because we haven't had 1 million pay-per-view between legitimate boxers in quite some time. So it's like, we need that.
And I just want to put in my 2 cents with that, because I also agree with that, and I hate to be that guy, but growing up, I was also a big wrestling fan. So I understand the getting to promote yourself out there, because the wrestlers back then were larger than life. The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin. I was a huge wrestling fan, and honestly, if you think about it, Muhammad Ali. You mentioned Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali kind of copied off of an old school wrestler named Gorgeous George, who was a flamboyant shit talker, that got people to hate him. Floyd is basically played the $1 million man Ted DiBiase gimmick.
Yeah.
But the thing with wrestling is, I say it. Wrestling, they had the characters that promoted themselves, but they also had one of the greatest promoters of all time in Vince McMahon that also promoted the matches. My thing with this is, I agree, fighters should be promoting themselves. The issue I have with that is it's kind of letting the promoters off the hook, because it's like their job is to promote you. Why should they just take the easy way out of, well, we don't have to do it, you promote yourself, when that's their job? We see where they're doing it with Nico Ali Walsh. They show that they can promote it when it's easy, but it's like, I don't want to let these guys off the hook. Maybe that's just me. I'm just saying.
But King P, look at it like this. What sells the fight, though? When you think of a fight and you be like, damn, I can't wait to see this shit. What sells it?
A lot of times for me, it's the fight.
It's not the promoter. It's not the promoter that actually sells it. It's the bad blood between the fighters that sells it. It's the shit talking that sells it. It's the way the niggas get off their shit. And they be like, man, this nigga trash. Fuck all that shit. He can't even throw a jab. Nigga, look at this jab. Boom, boom, boom. You on film doing that, then that's like, yo, this fight finna be funny. It make you want to watch it. That's the shit. The promoters don't really do shit besides make ads. Not saying promoters don't do shit, but they make ads. They do the behind the scenes,
fees,
the screens. They make the posters and the flyers and the mugs and shit. But the shit that actually sells the fight is the bad blood between the fighters. That's how I feel.
Nah, hey, listen, I'm glad you said that, because you right, because I'll be honest, man. You made me think about Rolly Romero, man. When I tell you, dude, when that dude was talking all that shit, I actually made sure I bought that fight, man. He had, man, and I'm like, dude, I ain't no gullible dude, but the shit he was talking, that shit was the funniest shit in the world. And I seen him training, so it's like, he was putting in work. I ain't gonna lie. Even if you watch the fight, he winning rounds. He doing his thing. But I'm like, yo, that shit talking. I really bought the fight. This mother said the T-Rex arms and shit with the fucking fur coat. I'm like, yo, this shit is hilarious. And you gotta fight hard talking all this shit.
You had to watch it.
I don't talk shit at all. I don't talk shit. But that motherfucker sold me. I swear. Damn.
Yeah, because he was confident. That's why he was. That's why he was. Because he was so confident he was about to do. He was going to win.
Even if you don't talk shit, them press conferences is where you gotta. That's where niggas put their phone out. If you start talking reckless, they be like, oh, let me pull my phone out, see what this nigga's saying. Pull his phone out. Right, you go crazy real quick. They post that shit, then it goes viral. Jonnie Rice talking shit to a nigga backstage at the press conference. Shit go like that. That's how the shit go.
I just wanted to interject real quickly, just to show love to the comments in the chat. Damn, I mean, keep it track. But shout outs to everybody. Bug Zoom, 08 Tim Johnson, Upset King. Let's go, Jonnie Rice. That's Upset King. I don't know. That might be the new one. We gotta call you. Yeah, Upset King.
Upset King.
Shout outs.
We gotta wait. It's only been 2 fights.
Nah, we 3-3 though. You on a 3-fight winning streak right now.
Yeah. I'm talking about upsetting
I mean,
dudes. I'm talking the rematch can't really count. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the rematch, you knew that nigga was gonna lose.
No. We counted. Right. The reason why we counted.
I knew he was gonna lose that rematch. If you seen that first
y'all
fight,
seen
you
my
knew
weight
that.
game, man. I was like, man, shit,
We
this little can't
had a
beat me.
discussion here on the podcast once where what's worse to lose by? Brutal knockout or somebody schooling you for 12 rounds, 10 rounds? And I'm like, the knockout is worse. These niggas was on some like,
Nah, if you get
lose for
walked,
10 rounds. So
yeah.
if they on some lose for 10 rounds, then I'm counting your fucking rematch.
Look,
Because
if you beat a nigga ass,
the way you beat Coffee the way people want to see people get beaten so they could give you full credit because you outboxed him. It wasn't enough that you beat his ass the first fight. Also, like, fuck this, take this. Nah, the second fight, you was on some, I'm living the life a little bit. You know, I'm 6 figures now.
listen,
You did your thing.
he had him figured out after the first fight. The first fight pieced him the fuck up. That was it.
Yeah.
Then the rematch, he like, man, I can piece this nigga up any round I want to. Let me just.
I fucking still count it though. Like I don't know. I said, okay, I just count it. Y'all can count it then. I mean,
He was styling. He was styling on him. He was styling.
you know they still wanted him to lose though. That's the thing. So
Oh yeah, they was expecting. To answer your question though, brutal knockout is worse because, and I'm thinking, even from when you a fighter, you watch someone get knocked out like that, you like, God damn, like, bro, how you gonna bounce back from that? You feel me? But getting out box, getting your ass whooped a little bit, you can still muster up everything in you to come back and say, I'm gonna fight better. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you might have outboxed me, but I'm about to fight you, dog. You know what I'm saying? But you can't really say neither one if you get brutally knocked out. You feel me?
thank you.
It's a wrap.
Thank you. It's just that knockout is just on some like you don't care how it happened. It's just if he knocked you the fuck out, it's like. And one more to Android. Yep, King P. Oh, shout out to Android 1983. Salute. Yep, King P. That's what the zone does. They rely on the fighters way too much. The fighters got to bring it, but the machine behind them have to magnify it. I agree with you. And perfect example is Alicia Baumgartner versus Michaela Mayer. Perfect example of two fighters bringing it, and all you had to do was just be like, press play, like, here. And I think everyone could learn from that.
Yeah.
As far as the promotion shit.
What can we learn really? Because I never heard of Alicia until my homeboy told me about her. To bet on her, she from America, all that good stuff. You feel me? Yeah. Now, I see her everywhere. But you right, though. That fight and way she really bought it, because she was like, man, she was talking hella shit. And like I said, she was, so it's like, yeah, I mean, she really did create that buzz herself. So
yeah. I mean, they both did in a way. Yeah. It was both of them doing the same thing, and it just, like,
big time. Big time.
Yeah, they were shit talking on Twitter, IG, post there, and then of course
every chance they got.
Yeah, face to face. I remember I posted their clip on my IG story, and people were DMing me. It was like, what the hell is this? Like, what's this? I was telling them, like, yo, like, women bad blood, and they actually made them want to watch the fight because
she's still doing it. She's still doing it. Bob Gardner was I literally checked Instagram like 2 hours ago, and she was imitating Michaela on her Instagram stories. I'm like, it never ends. It never ends. And it's hilarious.
But hey, it sells because it gets you attention, and it sells a fight, it sells future fights. So I mean, this is what it is to market yourself in 2023 as a boxer. So I mean, but yeah.
But every fight ain't like that though. Like,
right.
Like I know, like Jonnie, like you a cool, humble ass dude. Like mad respect. Like I don't think you're doing nothing wrong. Like you talk, you're articulate, you engage with the fans, you on people's platforms. Because I know every fight, you're not gonna come across somebody every time you're like, can't stand this nigga, I'm gonna knock him the fuck out.
Right.
So I can't expect everyone to be on that rah-rah shit. But as long as you're engaging the fans, selling yourself, just being positive and just outgoing, and just doing what you're doing because you got a great personality to succeed in boxing. Like, and I think people can learn from you. That's why we try to ask you questions. Like, same thing in the first interview that people could watch and be like, "Yo, damn! Like, he's saying some real shit. Like, I could learn from that." You see how we end up talking about Muhammad Ali again,
right?
And I gotta, and it's like you said, be yourself and just take it to the next level. Like you gotta be more of you, because I gotta take it to the next level, man. I'm telling you, you know what I mean? Because like you said, we want people to watch. We want the promoters. We want the promoters just have to press play. You're right. I don't really got no bad blood with nobody, but guess what? This box, we gotta go handle our business. So I gotta let the motherfucker know, like, yo, you about to get your ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? Like, no offense, but let me tell you, we take it to the whole nother level, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm studying, I'm reading all this. I'm trying to get it because, it's a lot of shit I'm doing ain't gonna work too much longer. You know what I'm saying? And I realize that, y'all. Hey, we gotta take it to the next level. Period.
Listen, if I had the talent, I promise you, I'll be on some villain shit. I'll go in, I'll look for every nigga with an undefeated record, hit up his manager and be like, "Nigga, I'm gonna spoil your shit right now."
Check it out. Question to you then. Hey, question to you then. Would you rematch Guido?
Ooh, fuck, yo, this dude is like the long lost member of Ring Gang. Like, that's a great question because I don't even think we asked that ourselves.
No, we didn't.
Fuck.
Run that shit back.
Yeah.
And what if you had to do it in Rome?
Oh. Then
like
you come
turf for turf type shit.
Then you come out in gladiator uniform, nigga. and take over Rome type shit.
Hold on, if that's a real situation and the money is right,
style, come out in a toga, nigga.
I'm only wondering because when I beat Coffee, they wanted an immediate rematch. You know what I'm saying? Right. And obviously, you look at the fight against me and Guido, he was winning. We saw that he really was. He was not only was he, like I said, the damage wasn't being done to me, but he was outworking me, which is probably what he planned on doing. Let's say his game plan was to outwork the bigger fighter, land a lot of shots, win rounds. His game plan was perfect. He did all that. Right. You know what I'm saying? Even taking the punch, I hit him with a punch. He ain't go down. He just took a punch, kind of flew back a little bit. Mother ain't go down. And he kept fighting. He kept fighting too. Like his output ain't slow down when you really think about it. The mother was still going, and he was ready for round 7. And he probably could have fought like that the whole fight.
He was taking more risks.
Like, yo,
you would have ran him into something.
That's what I mean. That's the plan, but we don't know. We don't even look at what happened. We can look at his game plan was executed perfectly. So my thing would be, hey, just like the Coffee asking for the rematch did surprise me a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
See, because that was a beating,
that surprised me a little bit. But this dude, if he won a rematch, it wouldn't surprise me. But if we had to do it in Rome, would you take it? Now, for me, just think, because I think about this stuff too right now. For me, I'm like, it was a lot of controversy with that fight, and you never think about, you go in the ring, you never think about you're gonna be robbed. You never think about, I never in a million years thought I was gonna hit this dude with a clean right hand, and they was gonna say it was a headbutt, or possibly try to say
facts.
Never thought about that. Never thought about that. So now I'm like, if I was to go to Rome and fight him, I'm like, if I was fighting in Rome, it would have stood as a headbutt. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So it's just like, I'm just running through thoughts in my head, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, look, would y'all rematch the man is all I'm saying.
What you do, you go out there and execute your game plan and stop them early. Don't even give them a chance to get a decision. Don't even give the fans a chance to get into it. Just go in there, end the shit.
And then just to add on to that, and then after I start Harlem shaking like you did after the first Coffee fight,
Man, listen, I don't know what happened right there, baby. Hey, I don't know what happened right there.
I mean, that was a TikTok moment, bro. Like you need, you do some shit like that, and
that was a Fortnite dance type of shit, yeah.
See a heavyweight doing that shit. If it's not a neutral, it depends, man. Honestly, I think I would take it if the offer is right, but I don't think I would take it if it's not in a neutral territory. Like if it's hometown type shit, they would have to almost sweeten the pot, and I would have to look at training as being, like Rome said, I would try to have more of a game plan where I could line him up early. Because the thing is, dude was always kind of there for the right hand. He kept backing up. He didn't really have a defense for it. Like his offense was his defense.
Right. So you
And
get
I'm
in
looking
there,
at it
get him out of there type shit. Like,
if you had like a real great like training camp, but I do feel you with the situation because sometimes you kind of luck up the first fight with the circumstances, and then it's like they recognize that and they'll try to swing the circumstances in their advantage the next time. So it's like you got to be aware of that. So that's a good question, man. Like, what about y'all? Yo, Pat, would you take it?
Hell yeah, I would.
Oh shit. But I feel you. Like, damn.
I mean, sometimes you gotta do something again to prove that you're actually right. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like, you know.
Yeah.
But my real thing was, it's like, again, it's you never, like, let's say you go in there and you do your thing, execute it again, but for someone to be like, yo, that was a headbutt, that still kind of sits weird with me, because it's like, yeah, we got the call right, extremely happy about that. And but how about nobody even thought that would have been a possibility to just call it a headbutt and then have to go to the film? Like, no one thought that. Nobody, not even the commentators, nobody. Like, before the fight basically ended, it was like that punch was caused by a right hand while the fight was still going on. Like, I found it online, on YouTube. Even the commentators said, yeah, that was a right hand, and if the fight ends and Jonnie Rice wins by TKO, they said that while we was still in round 6 and 7.
Yeah.
So I'm
super
like,
obvious. Fucking rap,
exactly.
yo.
So I'm like, that shit just rubbed me like on some like, man, like, oh, that's wild, man. But but then again, it's like, shit, maybe I should just move on to the next undefeated fighter. Might as well.
Yeah,
that's kind of how I'm thinking too. Like,
yeah, you should just move on. Actually, you might be onto something, because fuck that nigga, yo. Just move on and spoil somebody else's dinner.
I mean, so now, so pretty much like, so next move's called. So like, who do you actually want to fight? Who's actually been like trying to get at you for a fight, like Johnny?
Well, like I said, man, I ain't even that type of dude to be wanting to fight nobody, but I want to please the public. At the end of the day, you gotta want to please the people, the hardworking people, the people that love boxing, like yourself. Boxing saved me. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So it is what it is. So I gotta just give the people what they want. And like I said, I hear everyone talk about Jared Anderson. Everybody hears it. So we watching him. They offer me something crazy, you gotta say yeah. Or like I said, you get another undefeated fighter from overseas, you gotta say yeah. Like, it's really what the people gonna want. And we know they saying these names. And I know these guys are great. They are. I respect all of them, but and I know I got a lot of work to do too. So that's kind of who I gotta fight. Who the people want to see me fight. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, keep smacking them undefeated niggas, and niggas they gonna start dodging you. They gonna be like, nah, nigga, I like my record. Perfect. I can't fight that nigga.
Well, ain't nobody dodging me right now. I tell you that. Ain't nobody dodging me. But like I said, it's really about the people right now who they want to see. You know what I mean? There's a lot of undefeated guys out there. That's a fact. It's a lot
Sanchez.
Yeah, Sanchez.
Frank Sanchez, he undefeated too. Like I said, it's a lot of undefeated guys out there, to the point where it's like, yo, we if you want to please the people, you got to beat them people. So you better work your ass off, because like I said, that bullshit you did with Guido ain't gonna work against no Frank Sanchez either.
Frank Sanchez is that dude. I'm high on Frank Sanchez, so that would be a great fight. Like, I would love that.
There's this other guy. He was on a Matchroom card. I think the pilot was high on him. Woodley, something with a W.
Fabio Woodley.
Fabio Woodley.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm familiar with him. He pretty pretty good fighter. I see him on, Instagram, all that good
You
stuff.
get him, like, yo, go after him, like, you knock him out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Johnny would beat Fabio.
Yeah, we all said it on the. If we was to send you the podcast recap of your last fight, we was all saying it, like, we was like just throwing mad names, like.
Mm-hmm.
We're
But
gonna
that's
listen to the
one guy,
people,
like,
baby.
yeah.
We're gonna listen to the people. We're gonna train hard and be ready, man. I'm back in camp. Like I said, ain't got no fight date, no nothing. But we back in camp, and we trying to push it, man. Because like I said, in my head, I'm like, let's just keep going after undefeated fighters, man, till the street style, right? Fuck
Exactly.
it.
Yeah, Warley,
That's what we're doing.
I'm pretty sure Eddie would love to bring you over to one of his Matchroom cards. Well, I mean, either here or when he does one of his Matchroom USA cards, whatever, like, yeah,
Put it in Florida so I could go. Shit, like South Florida. Like, I know you want to be back to Hollywood, cuz, like, shit.
Not a problem at all. Not a problem at all. Everywhere, you feel me? Yeah, Hollywood was pretty
It's a
dope.
main
I drank a
event.
lot of water out there. To make sure I ain't cramp up. So yeah, we got a lot of work to do. That's all I know. We back. A lot of work.
And I know Bones Adams, shout out to Bones, is probably putting you through the works.
Salute.
Right now, right?
Yeah. He definitely provides a facility for me to constantly grow. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of encouragement, a lot of coaching, along with Rodney Chrysler. You know what I'm saying?
Salute.
And we doing our thing, man. We've been like I said, I just started working with this new guy named Curtis, and he's been in the game for a very long time. And
Salute.
I like him right now. So we're gonna, get back with Michael Hunter next week. Michael Hunter, y'all got to get my man Michael Hunter on this show, man, because he hungry right now, man. I know I mentioned him before, but he hungry right now, and I'm loving it. He's trying to.
Just like we did with Dreamland. Of course, we want Dreamland back on it. I know he has a fight coming up soon. Like, yeah,
salute.
We talked to Mike, tell him to get at us, man. We'll be more than happy because I know. Because I know when I was talking to Bones, I was like, yeah, because I know he was supposed to fight. I think he was supposed to fight on the Matchroom card, on the women's card, but something happened. I'm not gonna go into the details of what Bones told me, but I was like, I know, like.
Hey, I don't know none of them details. I never heard that, so I know you got the inside scoop, baby.
No, it wasn't Mike Hunter. It was Keith Hunter. Excuse me, it was Keith.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm like, okay, now I heard about that. I don't know exactly what happened, but I know he was supposed to fight, but did.
Yeah, but with Michael Hunter, just just tell him. We talked to him to tell him, get at us, man. Like we'll get at him too. But it's like,
he hungry right now. I'm starting camp with him on Monday. He on some anybody can get it type shit. He want the Daniel Du Bois shit. He want Usyk back. He want everybody. You know what I mean? So I'm like, that's the type of energy I got to be around, so I can take my shit to the next level. Because in my opinion, he's a master boxer. You feel me? He really is. He was the original boogeyman, the original giant killer, in my time. His only loss is Usyk, and he want that back bad. So, what I mean?
Because that fight too, like, he was winning the first half of that fight, but then Usyk has that legendary second gear, and then Usyk, I'm not to put. He destroyed Hunter in the second half. He almost knocked him out. That's what happened. But I can see, but at least he had the one where he was actually winning half the fight. It wasn't like it was a total washout. It was just Usyk. He was just a victim of Usyk's second gear, and Usyk's second gear is legendary.
But everybody's bigger now. I want to see the rematches with him and Joyce and Hunter. Like, everybody's like improved since then. Like,
yeah. So that's what I'm gonna start with Monday, man. I'm gonna try to talk to him. Y'all need to get him on here because he really want Daniel Dubois. I think he want Philip Hergovic back too. Because remember, he was supposed to fight Philip Hergovic, but he went off the Triller, which is a big lucrative move. You can't blame nobody for that. But it's like those tables start turning again. Because now Philip Hergovic ain't got no one to fight right now. And Michael Hunter, wide open for a fight right now. So it could just turn back around full circle. Or, they might come after your boy, you know what I'm saying? You never know. You never know.
Word.
But at the end of the day, I'm looking forward to Monday. I start with my dude, the bounty hunter, man. So we're going to take it to the next level ASAP. You feel me? And we're going to keep moving, grooving.
That's what it is, man. Yeah. Tell Michael Hunter to get at us, man. We'd love to have him. Trust me, like, because me and Shuttleworth used to watch his pops back in the day, Mike the Bounty Hunter. So we familiar. So it's like, we definitely want to talk to him and tell him about his father and everything, because his father was a spoiler too, was a true spoiler.
Heard that.
Yeah.
I heard that.
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, his father was ridiculous. He, but yeah, definitely get him to come on here. But yeah, no. So we got some hot take questions for you, Jonnie.
I have that question I wanted to ask him about.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, King P.
So I wasn't on the last time you came, but I did listen a couple of times. Jonnie, I remember you saying that you watch your peers and you learn from your peers. And the one guy that you mentioned you specifically mentioned Devin Haney and how you got to watch him train every day. You're just watching him every day. And a year later now, Devin Haney's on top of the world, undisputed champion. He's about to have a legacy fight against Vasily Lomachenko. How does that feel, seeing him evolve into the fighter he's become? And how does that inspire you in any way to climbing the success ladder? Just you learn from that, or you see that, and it just inspires you. Like, do you get those kind of thoughts? Or
Man, listen, I'm getting chills right now. You feel me? Because it's like I have to tell you, got to give yourself pep talks all the time, right? And
Right.
the biggest thing we got to talk ourselves out of is making excuses. And this is like when I really think about Devin Haney, the phrase that always comes to my mind is, I've never seen one person become great without working hard and being super dedicated. I've never seen it. And I got to watch that man train before he was champion, before all the freaking franchise bullshit. And I promise you, man, all he did was constantly push himself to train super hard. Yeah, we could talk about how great his dad is by having him around Floyd singing, Floyd Mayweather, and taking him here and there to train. But I promise you one thing, he gonna push himself and he gonna work his ass off himself, no matter what. You feel me? Because remember, he was going to Australia by himself because his father couldn't go at first. And his dad was like, man, well, shoot, if they ain't, we don't even need to go then. Devin was like, nah, I'm going, period. I got to. And you know what I'm saying? It was no question. So, yeah, it all came down to him pushing himself, following the formula to be great. Because, they say, oh, we following the green plan, like the Floyd Mayweather plan. But people don't realize Floyd Mayweather's big plan was he going to outwork everybody and train super hard and hard work and dedication. So just seeing that, it really inspires me, because that dude would be a regular dude if he ain't had that, work ethic. So if anybody can do it that really want to do it, it ain't gonna be easy for nobody. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, seeing that, it's always an inspiration. Every time I think about him, or when I'm not motivated, I'll go watch real Devin Haney TV. Like, fuck it, we'll start back from Mexico fight 1, because you gotta look to your peers or the people. And I thought about this the other day. It's funny you said that. A lot of people in Las Vegas watched that dude come up from the bottom too, because he was like a phenom early.
Right.
So a lot of people watched him through the amateurs. A lot of older cats his age, a little bit younger. A lot of people watched him float through, you know what I'm saying, and not go to the Olympics and just, turn pro. A lot of people actually watched it up close and personal that was already out here.
Jonnie,
I was just thinking about that.
Jonnie, I literally watched Devin as a kid carry Zab's belt, carry him to the ring wall, carry his belts to the ring. Like, we've come so long, and now he's carrying his belts to the ring. Right. It's crazy.
that man really did that, yo. Like, people don't realize, he was just a little kid at the gym. Obviously, I didn't know him at the time, but he was just a little kid at the gym, like I said, carrying jabs with his belts. And that same kid, we all got to really watch the steps and moves he was making all the way to undisputed. And you telling me you don't want to go back and study what he did? Like, he got some new game plan we got to really see, because he really did that, yo.
Yeah,
but he ain't for some reason he ain't getting that superstar credit. Like, my man really did that, yo.
Boxing media.
Yeah, he was getting no love from the boxing media. But we give him total respect. I told him, like I said, when he became undisputed, because it's a whole bullshit that he went through just to, for the Lomachenko thing, and then being emailed.
Ryan Garcia ducked him.
Yeah. With Teofimo stuff, and then finally Kambosos finally faced him after going back and forth about facing him or not facing him, and he took his muscle. When he became undisputed, pop, and then because he had to sign that messed up deal with Top Rank, because he has a 3-fight deal, and
even now, he's still not making any excuses because he wanted that Lomachenko fight before Ramadan, and he was upset that they were dicking around. But you know what? He just said, fuck it. I'll take it after Ramadan. I wanted it before, but I'm going to just take it after. No excuses. He wants it all. He ready.
Right. So you watching greatness is what I think about a lot. Like, I've never saw anyone be great without working extremely hard. And that can go for anybody. That can go for any superstar you see. I've never seen one person. I haven't seen it yet. So I tell myself every day, look, you gotta find a way to work hard. You know the shit you gotta do. Like you said, you mentioned Bone Adams. Bone Adams said, you know what you gotta do. Get it done. It ain't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you know what you gotta do. Get it done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, that's great though. You know, that was a good question to pick. Because I wanted to make sure I also got that in too. But yeah, no, we definitely got some hot take questions for you. Not have to be long answers or whatever like that, but figure we get your little opinion on that. So the first one, I think we touched upon it a little earlier. Do you still want to see Crawford versus Spence, or does it matter anymore to you?
It's kind of funny because from a fan, I'd be like, man, look, I ain't trying to hear about it, man. Stop telling me they negotiate and they talk. We don't want to hear them. We heard too much of that for the whole year. You better find another way to build up our appetite for that fight. But yes, I definitely want to see that fight. But they got to find another way to build the appetite. I don't want to hear no more talks about it. I want to hear it announced, where it's going to be, when it's going to be. Let's eat, baby. I definitely want to see the fight.
No,
agreed.
And we all feel the same way too. We just also we're tired of all the bullshit or all the leaks saying, oh, they're close to
switch up the whole promo. Like, no more talk about negotiations. Like, y'all better have them in TV shows, music videos, something. But yeah, like
honestly, I'm just acting like it's not going to happen. So I'm not going to be disappointed if it doesn't happen because I'm done like trying to hype myself up. Now, honestly, it's funny. Like, as a boxing fan, I've now become Eeyore. Just the damn. It might happen. I don't think it's going to happen. I'm depressed. Like, I'd be depressed thinking about all this shit.
Yeah, I'm good on that one. I'm good on that shit.
Yeah,
if it happens.
If it happens, it happens, and then we'll probably get hyped up when it does happen. But until then,
I'm more for Tank and Ryan anyway. Like, that's the one I've been calling for a year to happen. Like, and they'll tell you.
Yeah.
That one shocked me for real. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm still on the fence. Like, I'm gonna wait till they get in the ring, but yeah, I'm gonna buy that pay-per-view for sure because, dude, like I said, man, they've accomplished something that you don't see every day. Superstar level fighters, as well as superstar level attention around the world. Wow, man. Wow.
So speaking of that, who do you think is between Tank and Ryan Garcia?
I mean, we got to look at the fact that Tank really is a killer like that as far as him displaying it. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I'm seeing the whole Ryan got knocked down by Luke Campbell, but he still got up and won the fight. So I'm like, I don't know if you're going to be able to get up from no Tank shot. Ain't nobody perfect. But, I'm definitely leaning towards Tank. But at the end of the day, Ryan Garcia is smart enough to use his range and all that good stuff in his fast hands. And, he talked about it. He said, shit, man, Tank gets hit a lot. Tank get hit a lot. Tank go with shoot. You see what I do to people that hit me a lot. So we going to see. I'm just happy they got the fight going. I'm excited. And like I said, man, we as boxing fans got to show our real support for these guys that got to this level of superstardom. And I know I'm buying my pay-per-view, man. So
you got Tank by KO or decision in that one?
I got Tank by KO. I don't really see a decision for sure. If it's decision, it might be Ryan because Ryan gonna throw a lot of punches. So yeah, I guess Tank by KO or decision for Ryan, but Tank in my opinion, got the higher percentage to knock Ryan out than Ryan went on points.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no,
so you don't think Ryan by KO could happen?
Oh, you muted, bro. You muted.
Oh no, you.
Hey, the head was shaking, baby. Hey, nah, I don't think Ryan can knock Tank out. But I'm not saying Ryan can't win. Like I said, I think he can win by decision. But nah, Tank gonna knock him out. Oh yeah, that's the only way I think Tank gonna win really too, is knocking him out.
Yeah, I think the same way too. I let you know I'm not overly impressed with Ryan Garcia in a way. So whereas Tank is, Tank, boxing wise, he's the good. So like, I truly think that's a knockout is going to happen. Tank will be delivering that knockout.
yeah.
Tank got that easy. All right, let's move up to heavyweights now, nigga. Who you got, Fury or Usyk?
Like I said, Fury obviously has the advantage with the height, size, and he can box very well. He's not just a big guy; he's a big, skillful guy. Usyk, I've been fighting a lot of tall dudes, and he's got the background of being undisputed at cruiserweight already. So
Right.
you can't count out him being super crafty and intelligent and doing certain things. But we got to wait and see that fight. But obviously, who don't like Usyk? Because we all like to see David beat Goliath every day. You know what I'm
Of
saying?
course,
We all
yeah.
love to see that. Who don't? I do, because you know what I'm saying. But it's a real logically it'll be Fury, obviously. But hey, you can't measure heart. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see what happens. Shit.
I know. I can't wait. I mean, I'm just like no. Fury Usyk is just like it's like a lower version of the nonsense with Spence and Crawford. Like right
Now
now,
we just got to get him in the damn ring because we're seeing all this greedy belly this, greedy belly that.
It ain't
70,
Usyk
30,
fault. It ain't
50,
Usyk fault on that.
it's not.
It ain't Usyk. Usyk fights. He fought AJ twice, and that was huge in my honest opinion too for the heavyweight division. That Usyk wants to fight. Period.
Yeah, I mean, Usyk gets all the
So
credit because Usyk. You have to understand, Usyk won all his titles on the road. Like
literally.
So it is the ultimate road warrior. Like none of these, like when boxers talk about the side of the street, this Usyk just goes and fights and takes the belts away from these cats. So it's like
literally. So you can only blame one person. If that fight don't happen, you can only blame one person. You know what I'm saying? It ain't Usyk.
Yeah.
It's a guy who loves fighting Chisora.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, that was wild, man. I do gotta go and watch that fight because you can always learn something. But that's it. That was wild. I never saw that coming.
They both fought Chisora, and then, like I said, Chisora. I mean, I know we had this argument, between Usyk and Chisora. I mean, I think me and P were like Chisora.
Usyk fought a fresher version of
trouble,
of that old Chisora.
Yeah.
That was still a good fight though on Chisora, but I'm saying I never thought that Tyson Fury would get away with fighting Chisora like that, and then still sell out the arena. That was still huge, but it's like that was wild though. I ain't gonna lie to you, but hey, they made it happen.
And not only did they fight, then we had to not only did they fight, then we had to see Fury carry Chisora for 10 rounds because they're friends. He definitely fucking carried him for 10 rounds. Like, come on, man. He could have ended that early. God damn it.
That was wild, man. Hey, I just think that shows that Fury can talk some shit about his star power because they still sold out. The fight still sold out.
They did.
They treated it like it was a big fight. Like the fans really, they act like that was Amir Khan, Kell Brook. Like,
and I'm like, nah, it wasn't. But what's going on? So maybe Fury just, like I say, he's just a superstar seller. So that's what he kind of using for negotiations as well to leverage how much money he wants and all that. So hey, we'll see. But wow, but yeah.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. I mean, like I said, we hope that they get all that shit together and we get a poster in the next week and a half because April 29th is coming. So it's like that this fight is on ESPN Plus, pay-per-view, or the Zone or whatever the fuck they want to put this shit on. So I mean, we're waiting for that.
Even if we don't get that fight that week, that week, April 29th, we're always going to get a great fight that week anyway in Virgil and Stanionis. So if we get those two too, then it's a great weekend. So let's make the heavyweight undisputed fight happen.
Well, let's make boxing great again for real. Johnny, another question: who wins between David Benavidez and Caleb Plant?
I mean that. Like I said, logically, it's David Benavidez. You know what I'm saying? You can't never count Caleb Plant out. You could look at his two past performances with Anthony Durrell. You could say he got better after fighting, Canelo. You look at that fight with Canelo, and it's like, hey, David Benavidez want to fight Canelo too. So it's just something you just got to see. Like logically, it'll be David Benavidez, but I'm just not counting Caleb Plant out. That's how I'm feeling.
Right, and I don't think I'm Benavidez. I think Benavidez is going to KO him. But Caleb Plant, though, I mean, I think because nowadays, wait a minute, he knocked out Anthony Durrell with one punch. Maybe he can probably lightning might strike twice again. We'll see. Who wins between Lomachenko and Devin Haney?
Honestly, that's an easy fight for Devin Haney. reason I'm saying that, nothing against Lomachenko, is just if you look at the first of all the size difference. You know what I'm saying? Devin is still bigger. Devin is still super fast, and he has an amazing jab. He can win a fight on his jab alone. So, and we, people don't really talk about. We saw Lomachenko fight Teofimo Lopez, and didn't do nothing for the first 6 rounds for whatever reason. I know he was probably hurt a little bit, but I'm still looking at that. Did he come back and fight the Jermaine guy? I think that's his name. Didn't look so hot. Got
Jermaine
touched up.
Ortiz.
You know what I'm saying?
I thought he lost that fight. I thought he lost that fight.
So it's just we're just gonna really see. I think we're gonna have to see what Devin Haney's gonna do. Like, is he gonna be a killer and take him out, or is he gonna win by decision? I think that's what it's really gonna come down to. In my opinion.
I think Haney, because before the shoulder injury, Haney was knocking. Like, Haney has a high KO percentage. Like, people don't forget that he's like 60% KO percent, and like he had a KO of the year. He could punch, but I know the shoulder surgery that he got might have affected his punching a little bit. But in his last fight with Kambosos, like Kambosos what got like sliced up. Like, he was like Kambosos looked like he was ready to be taken up out of there. Like, so it's not like Devin.
He was getting his ass kicked that fight.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't knock him out. Death by 1,000 cuts.
Oh, yeah, I don't know if he was doing that to him, but yeah, that's cold blooded. But yeah, I'm surprised he didn't knock Kambosos out in the second fight. And when he gets you like that in sparring, usually sparring ends very fast after that. You feel me? But so I mean, that shows a lot of heart for Kambosos, which that's all we really have in this game is a lot of heart. But yeah, we're gonna have to see what Devin Haney does with Lomachenko. It's more of a if he gonna knock him out or if they just gonna go the distance and he get that win. You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, because I know when Haney kind of ring after Lomachenko's fight, I was like, Jesus Christ! Like, I mean, I didn't think the size difference was that pronounced, but I was just like, Lomachenko looked like a kid, like, and because Devin Haney he wasn't in training, like, so he probably rehydrated up to his walk around weight a little bit, so he looked a lot bigger. I was like, God damn! Like, I was like, that might actually be like one-sided as hell, Yeah. But I'm absolutely looking forward to that fight because I know it has. I mean, they have it on May 20th, but none of the posters out yet. It's like we're just waiting for that to go down. And
where is the fight? If you,
they said it's gonna be in
Vegas.
Oh, Vegas. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I honestly thought they were gonna go because they were talking about the Middle East because Middle East is pretty much now the new destination. If you want to, the Arabs will pay your site fee and your in your purses and stuff like that, just as long as you like perform there. I actually thought that was going to go down over there for a minute.
I wanted it to be an MSG because I'm in New York and I'm biased. I don't care.
Well,
you gonna go to that, right? I don't. Johnny gonna be there. You going to that, right? Like,
yeah, I kind of got
to. Pilot is in Vegas, so I know Pilot and Pilot. See if we can try to get him there. And Johnny, I know is probably going to be there.
I got to make that one.
That's what it is, man. And our final hot take question, man. I think you might have, but did you see Creed 3?
It's funny that I have not seen it, and I actually definitely going to see it this weekend. I was actually in Africa when the movie came out. I was in Ethiopia visiting my wife, and I saw Ant-Man came out. Okay, so Ant-Man was actually in Ethiopia at a theater. We actually went to go see it. You know what I mean? And so I did see Ant-Man in the Quantum Realm. Thought it was pretty dope. And then when Creed came out, I'm waiting. Okay, we checking like, is Creed gonna play here? Like, it's fucking Africa. Excuse the French. I'm like, it just didn't come out. It didn't play there.
Damn.
I think Avatar: Way of the Water was out. I'm like, I'm not about to go see that, babe. I'm not going to see that. You know what I'm saying? So if anything, I was gonna see Ant-Man again. You know what I'm saying? Because I be rewatching movies all the time, but I have not seen Creed yet, but I'm gonna watch it this weekend. I've heard a lot about it. I'm definitely gonna watch it this weekend.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's what it is. So we're not gonna spoil nothing because I mean
at this point, things get spoiled. You got TikTok, Twitter, all that, but it's still about the movie. You know what I mean? So I'm going to watch the movie. You know what I'm saying? So I will be seeing it this weekend for sure. You know what I mean? See how it all played out.
I will say this. Popcorn, nigga.
I will say this, Johnny, because I watched the last interview with you here, and you said you used to watch Dragon Ball Z. Well, you'll definitely like it because there are some very anime like sequences, fight scenes from like cartoons and anime. So
yeah, I seen that on Twitter too. And I even now I'm like, that's a little weird, man. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It
You
is.
putting anime inside the movies, and I seen the pictures, like I said, on Twitter, you know. But it's like in my thought process, it is a little weird. But we're gonna see though, like just how they were able to do it, because it's a matter if you can do it. Because like I said, Dragon Ball Z, like I said, that's the first real cartoon I was hyped about as a little kid. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I stopped watching him after he went Super Saiyan, you know, because I'm never really an anime fan, but that's how good Dragon Ball Z was. You know what I mean? You're a little guy. You feel me? But you know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see how they was able to do it. I've heard it. I've heard that for sure.
Yeah, you know, yeah. I mean, Creed 3 was. I liked it. I mean, because I saw two versions, because I had an invitation for an advanced screening, and then I went and saw it again in the theaters, and I think there was some differences here and there. You know, I think I'd say if more people saw the advanced screening version that I saw, you know, they'd probably look at it. You know, people would have probably a better opinion on it, because we had a whole conversation on this on our podcast about when we gave a spoiler review.
I call that movie a lucky squares, middle of the pack.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch the movie, then I'm gonna watch y'all podcast on it.
There you go.
Wait, hold on. Now I think about it. Actually, no, you are right, Johnny. You have seen that, because I posted it on Twitter and you liked it. I just remember. I'm like, wait, Johnny liked that? Yeah, he saw that from me.
And yes, Lex B, you know, shout out to her, because I know, and Boxer Girl too. It definitely had the influences in Creed 3. There was that. I mean, outside of Jonathan Majors doing his thing, you know, as his character, you know. But yeah, there was,
with the Andre Bordeaux shoulder rolls, he squared up. And he's, it's an okay movie, man. That's just my opinion. It's alright, but I want you to enjoy it and just go in there with an open mind. That's all I can really say.
I mean, you're the professional boxer. I mean, I'm pretty sure you'll definitely appreciate it more. Like, you know.
Yeah. Listen, it's good for Netflix and chill. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. You're not gonna want to. It's not gonna make you get up and train and think you could spar Jared Anderson and or whatever. You might need Rocky 4 or Rocky 3 for that, but you know.
I mean, definitely Rocky 3.
I mean,
definitely Rocky 3, yo.
I mean, for me, I watched the movie. I'm like, you know what? I need to get myself back into Jonathan Majors condition, man. I'm almost there. You know, I have the sweatshirt on, but you know, I still got, I got the guns there. You know what I'm saying? You know, do my thing. You know, I have a little skill. You know what I mean? But I got, the look though. The look was what makes it pop. You know, so I'm about to be Jonathan Majors by the summertime. You know, just
hey, I'm following.
Johnny, I can be heavyweight champion in the world too.
I'm following. Hey, I'm following you. It's all hard work. It ain't no other secret recipe.
That's facts though. That's absolute facts though. But Johnny, it's been, obviously it's great having you on the show, man. Bring you back, man. So obviously, the things you talk about, the things you dropped on us tonight, man. Quality stuff, man. I just love how you fit within the group, whatever. Every time we converse and everything like that, man. So, yeah, man. Do you have any final words before we get up out of here? Because I know you gotta probably do some training, and I gotta get some food and other things.
I'm definitely gonna do some more training tonight. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm just trying to get the people what they want, man. You know what I mean? Like, what else can I do in this boxing game? It ain't you got to be grateful to be able to fight. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, things happen, fights get pushed back. So I'm just always trying to live that attitude, live that life of gratitude. You know what I mean? And yeah, definitely, I believe in, matching what's in your head with the real world. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
You know what I mean? Obviously, that's a little Denzel from Training Day, but man, it's just so much, man. So much going on. Meditate, you know what I'm saying? Eat right, you know what I mean? Listen to your body, listen to your friends, the people that love and care about you, man. Just, do your best to be at peace, man. That's all we really got, man, is that peace in our heart and just, striving to better ourselves, man. You feel me? Just keep that in mind, for real.
Yeah, man, those are great final words, man. So
I want to tell you just one thing, yo. I'm so glad you appreciate and you like the new artwork, yo. Like that means a lot to me because like my father, that was the last thing he asked me to do was to draw you knocking a nigga out in his next fight because he loved the interview from last year. So when you did that, like it kind of completed the cipher, like because he passed like before Father's Day. So like it means a lot, like being able to just keep that going. So thank you. Oh, you muted. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I said, nah, I had no clue about all that, man. But like, you are a living representation of your father now. You feel me? And you know, and just that, you know, like I said, you know, I believe in, you know, us all living on, you know, constant energy. You know what I'm saying? And those constant memories locked in our heart and spreading that love, person to person. You know what I'm saying? All us being connected. You know what I'm saying? And I'm happy to be a part of that. You feel me? Man, that's deep. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So thank you for letting me be a part of your father. You feel me?
He saw your first fight. Like, so he saw the fight with Coffee live. So when I called him up about the interview, like that nigga was like, "You got him?" Like, I'm showing him the phone. He's like, "Yo, you beat that nigga ass. Like, you talking to him? You about to interview him? Oh, and you drew a picture. Oh, you killed the J." Like, so that he was so hyped. He's like, "Yo, make sure you just keep drawing artwork for this nigga. Like, he gonna win his next fight by knockout." So he even knew you was gonna win your next fight by knockout last June, May. Like he called it from then. So, so just keep doing them knockouts, man.
Higher level, next dimension type, you know what I'm saying, type stuff, that type of energy, you know, and I'm just like, wow, man, thank you, man. I can't be grateful enough for, you know, letting me share that experience with y'all, man. That's forever. That's everlasting for real. You know what I mean? That's deep to me right now.
You completed the cipher, man. Like now it's like you gotta get that that belt now. You gotta we want to see you in the main event. Like you gotta see.
That's what I'm all for, man. And I'm gonna add that to my inspiration. I'm gonna add that to my motivation. You feel me? And that's where we going. We got to start something new now. You know what I mean? Once you complete something, you got to start something new. That's where I'm at with it.
Yeah, that's what it is, man. You know, that excellent. You know, Ayo Rome, man, you got some final words, bro?
No, and I really appreciate Jonnie for stopping through, nigga. Ring game, nigga. We family, nigga. You could pull through anytime. You already know what it is. Rome top 5, nigga. Chicago's on. We here.
That's what it is, yo. Ayo King Pete, bro. Your final words?
Man, I just want to salute Jonnie Rice. You know what I'm saying? Jonnie Rice is that dude. Thank you for stopping by again. You know what I'm saying? Always dope to talk to you. I mean, this is my first time actually speaking to you. But yeah, so it was definitely a pleasure. You know what I'm saying? Keep winning these fights. Just keep training hard. Make that money. You'll make enough money to buy you some rice for a lifetime, man. Lifetime rice.
Thank y'all for having me. Thank y'all for having me. Like I said, man, get my boy Michael Hunter on here immediately.
Salute.
That's what I'm starting camp with Monday. So we here, we getting started now. And I'm definitely we watch both interviews, especially the one me and you did out there after the media fight, because I got to keep that motivation going. You know what I'm saying? So we starting back strong Monday. I'm gonna watch Creed 3 this weekend. So it's love right here. You feel me?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Like say, tell Mike, when he's trying to like get at us, show him this. Like I'll get at him personally through his IG, his Twitter, or whatever, man. We'll tell him like, yo, we want to talk to him. Like, just tell him like this is a place he can talk about anything. You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah. So we got the best interviews, man. No one's gonna come and get this out of you but us.
Hey, y'all got that truth serum, baby. And I don't like it either.
Just flow. You can talk about anything, man. Like
because I mean, honestly, like we know our boxing, but we ain't like stuffy or anything like that. Like we like to talk about it in a casual fashion. Hence why you heard some of the shit that we talk about.
It's real talk. It's real talk, nigga.
But we know our stuff. Yeah, And then I'm just reading some of the comments.
Yeah, shout out the comments. Shout out them niggas in the comments.
Yeah,
salute Boxer Girl, Lex B. Salute.
Tim Johnson is like drop away and keep working, Rice. I'm like, hey, I mean, he knows what it is.
Oh man,
that nigga got a new conditioning coach.
Man, like
got a new conditioning coach, man. I'm very defensive, very skeptic. You know what I mean? Because I'm not easy to work with. I know y'all might think I am. I'm cool. I'm not easy to work with at all. And this dude, he really is like, you know what I'm saying? he could really he been in the game for a long time. You got to be in the game for a long time to know how to deal with different fighters' personalities. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he so far, has shown me that he know what he doing and how to deal with me and just because he has that real love for boxing. You gotta have that passion when you don't see money at all. The money come. Like Tank Coach.
Yes.
I seen that interview where he was like, "Yeah, I ain't worried about none of that. I've been with this nigga for a long time. He gonna take care of me." But that real passion where you don't give a fuck about that bullshit. You want to win and win big. And not a lot of people got that in the game. They really don't.
That's what it is, man.
Facts.
Words to live by, man.
That love.
You gotta have the love. Without it, it's nothing, man. So yeah, like I said, this was great. This was a great, great
thanks, Tim.
real talk, So yeah, hey, Tim, salute. So for myself, Pat Scorpio, the New England representative, for LB, started with the God, the GOAT artist, Ring Gang Radio, yes, for King P, Bodega P, for Rome Top 5, aka Chicago Win, and of course, Man of the Hour, heavyweight contender, future heavyweight champion, Mr. Jonnie Rice. This is another wonderful episode of Real Talk, where as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. So until next time, y'all, peace.
Tell everyone.
Ring Gang, nigga.
Taking over. Upset King.
There we go.
Number one underdog.
Yeah, nigga, you still alive, nigga.